Hello and welcome to More Television Network. I'm your host, Colette, also the Vice President of We Magazine and CEO of Business in Pearls. Today we are going to be talking to one of the featured business owners in We Magazine. The magazine is geared towards women empowerment, and our guest today, Miss Henrietta Richey, is going to talk to you about who she is, her business, and other information to get to know her a little bit more. So we are going to let Miss Richey in and have her discuss who she is and what's going on with her and her business. And here she is.
Hold on.
Okay.
Getting my video together.
There you go. Hi, Miss Richey. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Once again, welcome to More Television Network. I'm Colette, of course, the Vice President of We Magazine. I was telling our viewers that you were one of our featured business owners in the magazine, and we're going to also, for our holiday issue, put more information out about you and your business, and we're just really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you today. So thank you, Ms. Richey. Thank you.
Hold it 1 second. All right, I'm back. I apologize.
That's okay. You know what? We're not in a studio. This is real time discussion at our homes. So it's okay. We all understand.
I was trying to get my camera where I could, well, forget it. All right, go ahead.
There you go. Well, I've already introduced you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, just things like that so our viewers are able to know who is Henrietta Richey.
All right, my name is Henrietta Richey. I am a widow of two teenage boys, Royal, which is 14, and Roy, which is 17. I am an entrepreneur, have been an entrepreneur since I left corporate America in 2000. When I left corporate America, I was working, my last job was at CTA, Chicago Transit Authority. And I went on to open up a clothing store. Before I opened the clothing store, I would ride around and I would kind of like hustle in my car, right?
Yep.
And so as I was like making good money hustling in my car, so I opened up me a clothing store. And I done pretty good with the clothing store. So I went from the clothing store to opening up me a home daycare center. So I can stay home with the kids. It was a lot of parents. It was high in demand, people looking for good daycares. So I opened up a daycare so I can watch my own kids. So I went from there to helping people repair credit, personal credit. From there, I started to do business corporate credit after I realized what happened, why I couldn't get the loan when I had the clothing store. So I kind of learned things by trial and error, so to speak. And so that when I learned the corporate credit, oh, that's why. Okay, so then I started to do business corporate credit, and I started to do. I have my own software for personal credit, do it yourself, and business corporate credit. I went from there. I opened up a daycare center. And basically, I'm constantly evolving, learning new things, just, learning. So I'm constantly evolving,
Yeah,
mental, spiritual, and emotionally. I'm from Chicago.
Chi-town.
I'm currently living in Arizona. I've been here for a year. I love it. I got so tired of the snow. So, and also I have a non-for-profit. So with my non-for-profit, I help the less fortunate. and people that's in need with anything you could think of, essentials, anything in a house, personal things. I've blessed people with pools, money, you name it.
That's good. That's good. So you from Chi-Town and you went to Arizona. Girl, I went to Arizona, I think one time for a conference, but I went to Sedona.
It's
Man,
beautiful there. It's
it's
beautiful.
so beautiful. You know what? I thought I arrived back in the 1970s. There was like the Scooby-Doo bus on the side going up the mountain. I was like, this is so, it was like it had stopped in time. It was beautiful. I mean, are you like located like in the city part of Arizona, or are you out like near the Sedona area?
I'm not near Sedona, but since the pandemic, I did take my kids up to Sedona, and we had a venture where we done like tour rides, right? So we was able to go up in the mountains. We was all the way at the top in a Jeep. It was really a wonderful experience. And I tell you, if a person needs to experience that, because I believe Sedona is basically one of the places that's in the Bible,
Mhm.
because it felt like healing. It just feels so free. It was like the spirit up in those mountains. It was like amazing. It's like words can't really explain it, but I was just trying. But yes, it's beautiful.
I mean, the smell, the air was so like fresh and clean. And
Yes.
you get that feeling like the ground or that area is so spiritual. And you're right,
Yeah,
it does
it
feel
is.
that way.
Yeah, I believe it's healing in the mountains. People go and meditate. I believe
Yeah.
that's one of the places when they read about in the Bible. It's definitely in Sedona, because I felt it strongly.
And I mean, like you said, people go up there, and there's a certain area they said to go up there for healing.
Yeah.
And you have the red dirt and everything. I was just surprised, because growing up in New York in the Bronx, I didn't see. I saw mountains, yeah, up in upstate New York, but nothing could compare to what I saw in Sedona. Nothing, nothing at
Yep.
all.
I'm 2 hours out from Sedona.
Okay, all right. So, all right. So you like created that side hustle, and that side hustle became full time. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to, step out on faith. We have to do things that sometimes makes us feel uncomfortable. But for you, it just kind of took over and it kept going.
Yeah, you gotta step out of your comfort zone and launch into the deep. Whatever you want is in the deep. So get out there and get it, because it's not coming to you.
So right, exactly. And a lot of times people think that they're like, okay, I created this business, it's online, and they sit there and wait. Like they wait for their family members, they wait for their friends, and they just sit there and wait. And you're going, okay, so who's gonna come? Who's gonna do everything? Or like you said, you have that brick and mortar, and it's like, where's all these people that said they're gonna support me?
Well, guess what? Your support system come from strangers that you meet. That's where your wealth come from. Most people start a business and they think that it's family and friends, and the minute that they don't support them, they quit. But what they don't know is very small percentage of family and friends that really would support you. And that's when you learn who your real friends are.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. And then they become shocked. I mean, there's so many business owners out there that will tell the same story over and over and over again. You got to come out of that. You can't rely just on them, because after a while you exhaust them and they don't want to hear about it anymore. And they're like, "Okay, girl, you do your thing. I got you," and you can't find them. So, it's, I mean, it is what it is, but like you do have to come out of your comfort zone. You do. So
And
I
use your
commend you on
friends.
that. That had to be hard, especially with two young children. So
Yeah, they help me. They are a big help in my business.
that's
A big
good.
help. especially when I'm doing the giveaways for my non-for-profit.
Mhm.
I had them, we went to the store and we'll go, what you want for Christmas? I had them make their Christmas list initially. And so they'll go, they had an Xbox, all these games, different stuff. And so we wrapped them up and then we gave them away at the shelter. Somebody say, how could you do that to them? I say they have all what they need. They got gifts, but if I told them that I was giving these gifts to the less fortunate, then they probably wouldn't have picked the gifts that they want. They wouldn't have picked those same things. So I had them thinking that it was for them.
Yeah.
So that was it. I mean, they still got things for Christmas, but it's a joy in giving. When you got basically, they have everything they need and they get the things that they want, you know. So,
And that matters. It is about understanding that you have to sometimes lift as you climb. And for
yep,
children, to like dig deep into their hearts and know, okay, well, I did something good and it made me feel good. It may not at the time. It's like, whoa, what happened to my gifts? What is this about? But I mean, afterwards, it's like, oh, that felt good. Can I do that again? Because I still was blessed. Mommy blessed me and others blessed me, and I was able to bless somebody else. So,
yep.
that's an excellent feeling. What really made you decide, and we'll break it apart because you said you had the daycare center, you had the nonprofit or not for profit, and you had the credit restoration. So what made you start the daycare center?
What made me start the daycare center is because I love kids. Right now, initially, I hadn't even, I didn't want kids. I love kids where I can have them and give them back. And so my husband was telling me, you're selfish. What woman don't want kids? I said, me. So anyway, I ended up having the two boys that I have, and I wouldn't give them back for the world. However, I wanted to be able to be a blessing to families that's looking for quality childcare.
Okay.
Somebody that's going to really teach and nourish their children and they can trust. At the same time, help my family progress and watch my own children.
Mhm. That's neat. And it there's a time when, yes, I think not all women, but a good majority of women feel that way. It was like, well, I don't want no kids right now, or I don't want any kids. I want to have fun. But then when you have that first child, if you can, the joy that comes into, holes in your baby, you're like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, I want a tribe. I want five more,
No, that was too many.
well, that I have two boys. Well, they're two young men. Excuse me, they're not boys. One's 22 and one's gonna turn 17 next week. But it's the joy of holding them and looking at them and going, "Wow, look at this little human being," And then that smell, you're like, "Oh, this is a nice smell. They smell so good."
And
You
then
know,
till they start getting older, and you be like, "Oh my God!"
got
No,
the
I'm kidding.
You got to go. Please hurry up. No, I'm just kidding.
They
Um,
say kids are a blessing. I said, no, they're a lesson. They eat up all your stuff, tear up all your furniture, spill stuff all over. And I just tease my sons and be telling them, yeah.
Lesson and lessons learned. There's
We
no handbook,
still
right?
waiting on a blessing when they get older and take care of me, right?
Hopefully it's before then. My son loves giving me flowers and stuff. And I'm like, what'd you do wrong? He's like, Mom, can't I just give you flowers? And I'm like, yeah. But what did you do wrong? He was like, Mom, just accept the flowers. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Something happened, I'm sure. But so in having your center, and trying to apply for those loans, is that how you were able to transition into the personal credit recovery, or how did that work out?
Well, honestly, I used the home daycare money that I was bringing in to start the center. So I was blessed. I didn't have to get any loans and grants. Um,
Good.
so how I ended up doing the credit repair, because I was scammed out of my money. and
Oh,
that pissed me off.
oh no.
I was scammed out $1,000. And I'm like, and so when I'm like, this is all he had to do, he done nothing. And so that made me learn how to do it. And I just done it, learned for myself, and then I started helping others. And that from that, I'm like, I'm gonna go on and do software.
Hmm,
So I got my own do-it-yourself software. It's $99. HenriettaRichey.com.
okay,
They can go and purchase it with the business corporate credit as well.
okay, all righty. I mean, that's good. So, like your background, did you get a chance to like go to college to know about these things, or was it like, something that's in you that you just,
It,
developed over time?
it's in me. I developed over time. And actually, when I was doing all of this, I didn't do no college. Then I went back to do some college courses, but I already had the experience of trial and error.
Hey,
I'm an example of, okay, what not to do, learn and get everything you need to know for you just go walk in that door. So I learned as I was going.
but you know
I
what?
learned,
That's good because a lot of times, even to the high-powered corporate executives, a lot of them didn't get a chance to go to college, and they were able to learn through experience, learn through basically life and something that was inside of them. So, taking the college courses or not even attending a 4 year college doesn't always set you up for it helps, but it doesn't always set you up for what you may want to do later on in life. So, a lot of times people kind of get that twisted. It's like, well, if you look at all those mega millionaires and billionaires, a lot of them never went to school or college for what they are doing right now. So, big ups to you on that one. So after that, then you said the not for profit. Is that like just for women? Is it for small children? Is it for families? Tell us a little bit more about that.
okay, it's for families. It's for families, adults, children, just families, men, women, because anything you need on a day to day in terms of personal essentials, household items, yard items, a person can be elderly. I had diapers I was giving away, pools for kids, anything you could imagine, furniture, all the stuff would be brand new in boxes, table, furniture, things like that. So they just had to live in the state of Indiana because that's at that time my non-for-profit was there. Now I'm in two places in Arizona as well. So I started that, and it just expanded. I mean, it's open up to families that's in need. I started off like just doing turkeys, then Christmas season, like that, just little seasonal things. And then I started to open it up each month where people can come in and get the things that they needed. They just had to have an ID and, anything from diapers, lotion. I mean, you name it.
Okay, so is it now just, did you go ahead and centralize it where you are right now in Arizona? Or do you have like specific people that run it in like the areas that you lived in before?
Yes, they run it in the area in Indiana from before. Here right now, I'm still doing it, but I'm looking, trying to get a space because my whole primary goal before I was shifted here,
Mhm.
because God, the universe, God sent me here.
Okay.
Actually, I was fighting it for years and I just like, okay, God. So I'm looking to start a shelter, homeless shelter for battered women and children. And so that's going to be extension of the non-for-profit, well, to be the non-for-profit, but then I'll still be able to do my giveaways in the same building. So I'm trying to just knock everything out in the same space, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does. One of the, I mean, one of the areas that I know that this lady that kind of does something similar. I know she started like for the holidays, like going to specific schools or churches or places like that to like tell them this is my, for a nonprofit organization, and this is what I do. So that may be an option for you as well, until you find a space to kind of seek out maybe different centers. So are you doing it every day? Not every day,
You
every
do it
month?
like you do it once a month. But the thing of it is that when you don't have a space, it can be dangerous because you don't want nobody coming to your home.
Yeah,
And then you don't want to you don't want to put a lot of time in delivering things because that'll be your whole day.
that's
Because
true.
a person can live and then you agreeing to, oh, okay, then they can live in Sedona. That's 2 hours away. So you want to make sure, I want to make sure I'm utilizing my time right. So I want to do the space so people can come to me.
Yeah.
Now, I did join a group and it's helper to me out here in Arizona. So I've been just looking in a group, checking it out. And, a lot of people in that group is in need. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just trusting God that He's going to get me that space that I need.
Yeah, and I mean he will. I mean, especially you're looking, you're praying about it. He will. He definitely will. Good luck on you. Good luck to you in that particular journey. Because that's something that's special that not a lot of people have the time to do or want to do. I was just recently at a I think it was like a webinar. No, it wasn't a webinar. It was like a summit, and this lady was talking about um, flipping coupons. And what
Oh,
she
yeah.
does, yeah, what she does is she'll get extras and then make baskets and then donate those baskets to people in need. So that's something also to kind of think about to help you in that, that your mission. So, because she was talking about how, oh, well, if you clip coupons, and I'm not into clipping coupons, I tried it. I always leave the envelope at home.
That's me. I said, I need an assistant just for these coupons
Thank
because
you.
they call them the coupon queens. I know a lot of them. I've
Yeah.
been in the store behind them and they will have all this stuff. And do you know, I didn't watch once they're finished, the cashier end up paying them. I'm
Yeah.
like,
But they got like all this whole basket full of stuff and they paid $5. I'm like, what the? I know something's wrong here. How do they pay $5? But they have these apps now that you can put on your phones and, save them in there and then stack them. I was like, this is interesting. You don't have to have an envelope anymore. You can put it in your phone.
put it on your phone.
Yeah, so that's something that you may want to like investigate in, especially to help with your cause.
Hold
Um,
on one
you
second, Coco. 1 second.
okay. So while she's handling her business, but yes, for those viewers who are out there, this is a mission that once again a lot of people have an interest in, and being able to give back, being able to say, hey, I have something that I want to do to give to out to the community. And that is such a blessing what Miss Richie is doing. I mean, it is a blessing. So make sure you reach out, and if you're in the store and you buy extra things, then save it. Give it to someone else that may need it. I mean, you don't have to hoard everything in your closet knowing you have 50 rolls of toilet paper. I'm just saying, go ahead and give it to an elderly person. Give it to somebody that,
That's going to use it.
yeah, that has, extra kids and or something, just do something to help someone else in need in your community. Because you know what? We found out during COVID that sometimes we are the people who are in need. All these
That's
people
true.
lost their jobs and now they're reaching out, please help, please help, please help. And yeah, we need to help each other. So don't be
That's it.
afraid, don't be afraid, learn what that mission is and give back. we need to learn to give back right now because
It's
it's
a blessing in giving back because believe me, it come back to you double, triple. It was just a blessing. I had blessed this organization with $500.
there you go. That's
And I blessed this organization because I'm being obedient.
mhm.
I woke up the next morning. I had like $1,500, $500 from three different people
See, there you go. There
through
you go.
Cash App. And so I screenshot it and sent it to him. I said, every time I bless you, I get it back immediately.
Hey, that's
So it's
what.
always a blessing in giving, and you ain't looking. I wasn't looking for it back, but it always find a way back. It is way back to you.
Yeah, exactly. You got people who are stingy with it, and you know what? If you're stingy in business, you're stingy in life.
And
You're not
so
gonna do very much.
nothing's coming. Nothing's coming. People like you, and I mean, you just whatever you put out, the energy you put out is what you're gonna receive. So I mean, if you're stingy, then that's the energy that's coming to you. There's nothing coming.
Exactly. And then we're faced with situations like COVID, where everybody's like, "I need help. I need help."
And
Well,
nobody's coming.
what about the people who said, "I needed help from you," and you looked at them and kept driving? You
Hmm.
looked at them and kept walking, or
Hmm.
said, "Well, go out and get a job." Now it's you saying, "I need a job."
Hmm.
So, it's just a very sticky situation where instead of pouring salt on people's wounds, we just need to help each other. We need
That's it.
to help each other.
And hopefully we get it right now
Exactly.
more
Exactly.
than ever.
So exactly, more than ever. Oh my gosh. So as far as like credit, is it credit restoration that you do?
Yep, credit repair. It's do it yourself.
Okay. Um,
I do it where I do it for a person, but I charge 1,000. The same program that I use is 99. Do it yourself, the same steps, step by step. I'm walking you through it. That's $99 on my website, HenriettaRichey.com.
there you go. And I mean, you have people who are not computer savvy. I don't care if help them load the disk or load the whatever, download everything. And they're like, what am I supposed to do? So, I mean, is there a number that they can call with the program, or it's just
Yeah,
literally do it yourself?
it's do it yourself, but I will answer a few questions. 312-607-5376. Again, that number is 312-607-5376. But they don't have to do a lot on the computer. Basically, they just print the letters off and mail them in the order that they
Oh,
supposed to. So you reading over it. There's some things that you read because most people are on their computers or their phone. You read and then you just print it off.
now see, that's easy. I
Yeah,
like it.
it's simple. I mean, and I was telling a few friends, like they calling me. I said, just do it yourself. It's 99. No, I don't want to do it. I said, well, I'm gonna take your $1,000. No deals.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you really want me to do it, I'll do it. Well, I'm not gonna argue with you. I am gonna do it for you. Um, but that does sound like, very, very, I can do it. I really can do it. But like I said, there are some people that just they cannot. And I don't know why, but we just get wrapped up into click here, print here, it's not working, it's not printing, and it's just a matter of where's the button on the screen. I
Yep.
mean, it is what it is. But hey, so you do personal and you do corporate?
Business corporate credit, and that's do it yourself. That's 299. And basically, it's giving you a ton. I mean, it's giving you from start to finish, basically, because I'm trying to get people to not make the mistake that I did, where, and start a business using your own personal credit. I'm getting people to separate themselves from the business, and I'm showing them how to do it properly, where you're building, and when they finish, you got A1 credit. Actually, it's an APEX score of 80. That's A1 business credit for the business. And when they finished with the step for the personal, they
Mhm.
score 740. if
Okay.
they follow all the steps.
Okay. So, I have a business. Is it only for startups? Is it for people whose business is already going? Is it for people who are out there, or is it just
It's for everyone.
okay?
Everyone. It's for everyone. Starting up, you're already in business because the information is very valuable and people already like me. I have been in business all them years and then I learned from trial and error. And that's what made me, I'm gonna go on and help a lot of other people that probably stepped out like I did, or probably before they step out, they'll know. And actually the young lady that done my website, she like, well, thank you. I know now.
Better late than never.
Yeah, because it's basically telling you, I'm telling you what not to do, what to do, and why. I'm giving you all the answers, all the scenarios, and step by step. And actually, that program, I said, I don't want to hurt people's pocket, but I had a business partner, and I was sharing with her. She said, do you know you offer more in your business corporate program? And I paid $1,500. I said, oh, well, maybe mine's too low. But I said, no, I'm going to leave it at $299 and, bless people.
There you go. So is it when you think about people in business or business owners like ourselves, and yes, they need help. Is it that they need help? Did you find out that if they need help because of their establishing their business credit, or do they actually need help with the personal in order to excel in business?
Well, it can be both. But
Okay.
in all reality, with my business corporate credit program, I'm teaching you not to use your personal credit, period.
Okay.
It's strictly, I'm showing you how to build your business credit and you get everything that you want. Now, as you go into higher levels, yeah, some of them may have where you have to use your personal credit as a personal guarantor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, but mainly I'm just getting a person to see that they don't have to separate yourself from the business, do the business corporate credit, do the net 30 accounts. And actually, I'm giving you the accounts. I'm telling you everything is set up. Okay, do this. After you've done this, then set these accounts up. So I'm like breaking it down in very like childish terms. I'm gonna say so a person can say, well, like you were saying, oh, where's the button? It's like it's clear, crystal clear, like this is what you're doing. Don't do step 3 if you ain't done step 1.
But you know you're gonna have people that do that. They go, girl, I did this and this and this. You're gonna say, well, did you do this step first? No, I just went to. Well, that's why you can't do it right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, so it's step by step. Getting your business to actually award you points so you can move on and establish yourself and your credit for your business. And then you have the other kind to establish yourself for your personal so you can get that together as well.
Yes.
So you have a whole package deal, your personal, your business. Ms. Richey is trying to get you all to understand how you need to get yourself together. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that at all. So, I mean, that is so good because a lot of times people, and like you said, you had to learn it through trial and error. And through our mistakes, we learn. Hopefully, we learn.
You better learn. I didn't learn a lot. I bet you I ain't gonna do that no more.
But you know what? I mean, if you look back at you like, okay, well, if I didn't make those mistakes, I would not be able to bless other people in the way in which I'm doing right now. So
Absolutely. I agree.
there's a reason for it. And I don't care how many experts are out there, we still are going to be stubborn as business owners and say, you know what? I'm going to try it myself. I'm going to try it myself and see what happens. And then they don't do it right. And then you're looking around like, dang, okay, so who can I call? What can I look for to help me because I need help? When you actually have the information out there, we just become stubborn and we don't want to use it.
That's it. I agree.
So, I mean, once again, Ms. Richey is giving you all the information you need to help you establish yourself in your business and with your personal information to get it together. I mean, you can't lose. I mean, you got somebody here that through trial and error, she's our expert that's trying to help you understand what to do in business. So
That's it. What to do and what not to do. Look, because I learned what not to do.
exactly. And you know what? We still gonna make those same mistakes regardless. Because as humans, it's just we're stubborn. And we think, it's my business. I could do it and I can handle it. And we still make those mistakes. We still, apologizing for those mistakes. And we go like, well, oh, I'll get it together. Why don't you just call somebody? Why don't you just ask somebody? It's like, we don't want to do that. I don't understand that. We don't want to do it.
But everybody calls me. It's like, okay, and I can be stubborn where I want to call, I'm going to figure it out on my own, right? But I'm like, well, wait a minute, I need to stop being like this because my phone ring continuously with people. I'm trying to buy a car. Oh, I'm trying to do this. Do you know I'm looking for a place, a house, or like that? So whatever a person needs, it's like I'm the information person. So that's what really, I have a passion behind anything that I do is a reason, and it's to help us better our lives as people. And it first start with your credit.
Yes.
You can't keep doing the same thing. Oh, I went and applied and they denied me for a car. Okay, why do you keep running your credit? If the first place said no, it's no. Fix your credit.
Yeah, they scores like what 480. It's like just because you went to the next dealership, it didn't go up 2 more points or 10 or 100 points or 200 points. It's still the same thing. You're gonna get the same result, and they keep running. Oh, and those are hard hits. And people,
Yeah, hard hits. And then it's like, well, what? I'm like, oh God. Sometimes I'd look at people credit that I'm fixing. I'd be like, how do you get 3 bankruptcies? You never owned a house, a car, you don't have no investment property. It's like, why do you file bankruptcy?
um,
Oh, I had parking tickets.
wow, that's all I have to say. Oh my gosh. But I mean, it is what it is, and we human, and we obviously make mistakes, and we got to learn we got to do better. We just have
And
to.
that's what I'm trying to help us just get better, do better, change your mindset. Let's go. Everybody needs to win. You know, I enjoy seeing people win and better their lives and do something different instead of thinking that some people think they do the same thing and they think they're gonna get a different result. No, it's only when you do something different that you get a different result.
Yep. And we say that all the time in business or anywhere, actually. If you're doing the
Mhm.
same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result. You got to switch it up. You have to have a growth mindset.
Mhm.
Say, I'm going to change it so I can get a different result. It's just something that people don't decide to do. And that's the problem. We decide to do the same thing expecting different results. Even if you do it every single day the same way, you're not going to get a different result.
Yeah,
So
it starts in the mind, and it starts with personal development.
I like that.
Start with personal development, working on you and yourself and your mind, and you start growing and evolving. Like I told you, mentally, spiritual, and emotionally.
There you go. That you nailed it right there. I mean, seriously. So um how can our listeners get a hold of you? Do you have like a specific company name that you do all these things under, or is it just different businesses that you own?
Okay, they all up under Bridging Between the Gap Inc., which
Okay,
is
wait a
my
minute. Hold on. Y'all get the notebook, paper, and a pencil, and write this down, because I know y'all need it. If you have a business or personal and you got to get it straight, y'all need to write this down. She's trying to give y'all golden nuggets right now. So get your paper, your pencil, get your iPhones, hit the note, write it down. Write it down. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all under one umbrella, Bridging Between the Gap Inc. And you could reach me at 312-607-5376. And my website is Henrietta, HenriettaRietta.com. HenriettaRichey.com.
Oh, very good. And it's called Bridging Between the Gap or Bridging Between Gap?
Bridging Between the Gap Inc.
There you go. There you go. And once again, all of these things that she does is under that umbrella. So this way you know, okay, well, one stop shop. I can fix my credit. I can get my business together. I can give back to the community. You know, I mean, she's got it all, everything that you need. So that's a good thing. And also,
I got more stuff on there too. I just didn't want to I wanted to talk about my main things, but it's more stuff on my site. I have online beauty supply when they go on there. I have the CBD, which is called the Swish, which is changing people's lives daily, changing their health status. You know, we can't come out and say, oh, it heal or cure any disease, but I can tell you for sure my niece boyfriend testimony. He had tumors, cancer tumors from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, covered in tumors. The doctors told him there was nothing else they could do for him. He got on this herb in 45 days. They could not find the cancer. The tumors was gone. They was in shock.
praise God. Oh my God.
So, it is it's a autoceutical water, so it's not like the average CBD tastes nasty. A lot of people say, ugh, you know, it's not. It's autoceutical water, like like alkaline water.
Okay.
So they nano the size down, and they took the THC out. If there's any nurses or doctors listening, you won't test like you're on drugs, because we took the THC out of it.
Mm, okay. All right. You got
So
other things up in there. Okay. All
and
right.
then I'm an investor, so I have properties. I buy and flip properties. So some of the properties is on there, and also I do life insurance part time, and I'm a travel agent. I guess you say, girl, how you do all of this? I do.
My girl got it going on. I'm telling you, look at that. She's got it going on. See, it's all about making different streams of income.
Yes, you
Make
have to have multiple streams.
yes.
I mean, if you plan to make it and even plan to get it to be a millionaire, 6, 7 figures, I mean, you have to have several streams, 6 to 7 streams of income.
Okay. So I fixed my personal credit. I fixed my business credit. She gonna give me a house because she can flip that bad boy that I'm picked out. I can make sure that I'm healthy so I can stay in my house and do what I need to do. She got that CBD oil. Hey, you know, so yeah, I mean, talk to your girl. She's doing some things. I mean, hey, you got to. She already said she was side hustling in Chicago. My girl she got it. She got it going on. She's able to continue, and that's important. That is important. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be an entrepreneur. Either you have that one niche, as we say, or you have many. And being able to give value to that, and she's throwing out golden nuggets for you all that are listening, that are confused. Well, I want to do this and I want to do that, but I'm good at this and I'm good at that. You can be good at many different things if that's you, if that's what you want to do. So call her, contact her. I'm sure she can help you out. I'm sure she can help.
Recommend that a person, I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? I wouldn't recommend, I tell a person, everybody cannot do all the things that I do and win at all of them,
Yeah.
right? So the average person do get you one thing and earn you some income, get that one going. You know, I didn't start all these at one time. So as I done one, then I got that one going on its own, then I start something else. It's like I'm always evolving and learning. I love to learn and see, oh, okay, let me check and see what this is about. Because I always, I always was like on a property hunt. Me and my husband before, my late husband, he We had properties. He would buy the dollar houses and fix them up. He had a crew of workers. And so when he passed, he left me some properties. I ended up selling some, kept some. And so then I'm like, you know what? Let me go on and get me some more properties because it's lucrative right now. And that's the point of fixing your credit. Get you some investment properties and never, ever sell it. Leave it down to generation after generation, pass it down to your children, they pass it to their children. We need to learn and do some things different. Stop losing our stuff.
Yeah, legacy. Create
Yes.
a legacy.
Create a legacy.
Yeah.
Stop losing our stuff.
Yeah, like Henrietta said, not everybody can be that serial entrepreneur, you know. So when I say different streams, yes, you got to build and then continue on. If that is you, if it's not you, then stick to that one niche, as we say, and do good in that area. And like she said, not everybody can do multiple things. You have to have the right mind. You have to have the right patience. You have to have the right skills and talent to do what she does. So let's not get it twisted. Everybody can't do multiple things. You know, let's make sure you understand that. Everybody cannot do multiple things. So if you're that person back in the day in school and the teacher told you this report is due, that report is due, you need to do an oral report, that project is due in 2 weeks, this project and test is due tomorrow. If you're not that person, you need to think about, can I run companies effectively at the same time? The answer is no, then that's not for you. It's only available for certain people because that's her jam. You can't be her. You will never run anything like her because that's her ideas. That is what she does. So if you got something going on, you got to do you. You will never run it the same. Even if you have the same system going, it still will not be the same. That's why McDonald's is over there, Burger King is over there, Jack in the Box is over there. They're not the same. They sell hamburgers, sure they do. They sell nuggets, sure they do. But it doesn't taste the same way. Nothing is the same. So don't think, oh, well, she's doing that, I can't do that. You can do it. She might do it differently, might do it better because she's been doing it. But don't think that I have to be a serial entrepreneur like Henrietta. No, that may not be you. Just letting y'all know, it may not be you.
Just get started with something. Get started with something and see with this pandemic, a lot of people, I'm not going to say every, a lot of people is losing their jobs and because they did not have a plan B in place. Never in life not have a plan B. It's okay. Like I worked in corporate America, I did. But I knew that I don't like nobody telling me what to do. So that's the real reason why I left corporate America. And actually, it was a good job. I was making $20-some an hour. That was in 2000. And my family thought I was crazy. But if I stayed there, what about my dreams? I'm building their dreams and rolling this bus up the street. But what about what it is that I want to do? Yeah. And I wanted to change things in my community. I didn't start a business to make money. Never start a business to make money. Start a business to make a change in your community, and the money will come.
Yeah, it has to be a passion inside.
Yeah, it's a passion. And because if I was sharing, because I went on my Facebook Live and I always get on there with my kids and we have talks. So I was asking my Facebook friends, what do you rather have, health or wealth? So I asked my kids, what's more important, health or wealth? And so they got to get on and they got to talk like that. It was real interesting what people had to say, because you would think most people say health, but no, they were saying wealth. Well, I say, well, if you got wealth and you don't have your health, so now you're spending your wealth to get your health back. But long as you got your health, you can get wealth.
Yeah, because I mean, You can have a bunch of money and you die the next day after you got it. Or
And everybody else, somebody else just enjoying your money.
yeah, that I work hard to get. No, I'd rather have my health. This way my faculties up there are working. I can start making money. Put it aside, make investments. You want your health. You want to be healthy so you can continue to live and enjoy what you built, because in the end, that's what you want to do. I mean, that's the reason for working, and you're hustling for yourself. You're not hustling to make somebody else rich. You're hustling to make yourself in a position where you can live comfortably, whatever that may look like. It may not be money. It may be just being able to afford what you couldn't already.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be, oh, well, I'm making 7-8 figures. No, maybe that's not what somebody wants to do. They want to be wealthy in knowledge. They want to be wealthy in their community. It can be different things for different people.
That's what my son said. Wealth to him, he never said money. He said good relationships, the love you give, the love you receive. My kids, they blew me away, but of course they my kids. But see, they didn't know, they didn't prepare like, okay, they knew what I was going to ask them. I just went live and they were sitting side by side. And so I asked them.
There you go. I mean, you're being, I'm amazed at some of the things my son tells me. I'm like, where'd you get that? Oh, that's right. You're like me. Thank you.
You get to look back, listen to them and smile and say, well, God, I'm doing something right over here.
But thank you. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our show. Once again, you can find Miss Richey in all of her website information and phone contact that she gave you. You can find her in We Magazine, our premier issue, and our holiday edition that's coming out in December. We are going to feature her businesses, her contact information, to make sure you have all that. Here's a woman with a wealth of information. She wants to get you on the right track. Why not use her and let her do that? She has the information that you need. So contact her again, Miss Richey. Give them your phone number one more time so they can write it down and get in contact with you.
312-607-5376. And the website is henriettarichey.com.
And that's Richey.
Why?
Very good. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Richey, for coming on and talking to us, giving our viewers some insight into who you are, what you do. Amazing lady, amazing information. Look her up, search her out, let her be able to invest in you so you can invest in yourself and your business. So once again, we love you. Be safe out there. Go vote, mask up, and we'll talk to you next time on the next episode of More Television Network. Bye-bye.
Bye.